Ahoy hoy, I'm Captain Boomies, and I have spent my entire life at sea obsessing about yachts. Join me as I take an up-close and personal look at some incredible vessels, revealing what it takes to craft some of the most jaw-dropping yachts on the planet, and more importantly, how folks enjoy them. Whether you're reeling in a big one, plunging into the sea, or just throwing one heck of a party, there's a million ways to soak up the fun. Let's dive into the yacht life.
My name is Captain Gill. Today we're in Lighthouse Point, Florida, and I'm going to show you our 65 Estrella named Wharf Rat. Oh man, our perfect day and my perfect day is great, right? So we get up early, we go fishing, catch a bunch of fish, and then eat some lunch, hopefully the fish that we catch. Put our scuba tanks on. We have a full dive system on the boat, so spear some lobsters or even just see what's underwater. And then the end of the day would top off with a sunset cruise, head back to the dock and do dinner at a resort. So the yacht life allows us to travel with a lot of flexibility. We can go to various different islands and various different countries a lot easier than you would be able to any other way. For example, the Samana, Dominican Republic. Pretty cool bay that has more humpback whales giving birth to their young than any other place in the Atlantic. And you would not get to see that if you weren't going by boat. I think it's fun to bring new experiences to my family and the owner's family. Let's go take a look at the shot.
Lighthouse Point, Florida is yachting central, and I'm so excited to meet Captain Gill. We're gonna take out a gorgeous custom HCB yacht, and I can't wait. Captain Gill, I'm so excited to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Look at this lovely lady. Hello.
So Wharf Rat is a 2024 65 Estrella with 600 Mercury outboards. It's very custom boat.
Okay, let's talk colors. I'm totally in love with this seafoam green. And what is that accent color that I see?
That's Bahamian-blue.
Ooh.
One of our favorite places to boat. So.
I think I've been to a cabana in the Bahamas that was painted those colors.
So we spend a lot of time in the Caribbean, and we find that seafoam green looks really good with that Caribbean blue water, and then we brought that blue in to bring the deep water into the boat too. So.
Oh, wow. Can we start by talking about these showstopper countertops?
Yeah, so these countertops are a Brazilian Cristallo, and then they're processed from Antolini, Italy. And they made it all the way to Jefferson City, Missouri, where they were cut and brought here.
Now they're hanging out with me in Florida. Ciao.
I was walking through the stone factory with, thousands of stone slabs, and walked by these countertops we found, and they had sea foam in them, and they had the brown in them like our teak, and it just matched. And I thought this would be perfect. What's really exciting here is that we have a custom shot dispenser.
No, are you really? That's amazing. Cheers, y'all. It's rare that I get to drink on a boat. I'm the captain after all. This was fun. Ooh, that's delicious.
I would say this is probably the first yacht of this size that would ever import countertops from Europe or anywhere.
Now that I've had a fabulous cocktail, let's talk about these bar stools that I'm enjoying so very much.
Yeah, so this is just another great custom item that's HCB delivered for us.
Custom stools, but also custom stitching.
It is, yes. Matches the accent colors of the boat.
Oh, I love that. I thought the countertops were enough, but then they kept surprising me with new places to put their color scheme. You could throw some amazing parties on here, and I'm checking out this sound system. What's going on here?
Yeah, so we have a completely custom sound system with custom molded pods. And we also incorporated our logo into the vents for the subwoofers. So you can see we have waves, mountains, and martinis. So you can't beat that.
That's fantastic.
Some of the nicest things that I like aboard Wharf Rat would be all our custom items. So everything from the fishing gear to the ice makers, bar stools, countertops, the TVs, the audio. Here's something cool. Open this up.
No way!
Yeah, so what we did is we took the fish box out, and HCB built us a equipment locker with all our scuba tanks, scooters, and dive compressor.
They have underwater scooters that match the yacht. Amazing.
Check this out.
Is this the cabin? Oh, excuse me. Look at that. Oh, this is my favorite.
So the neat thing about the cabin of the 65 is it has a Pullman bed, which is pretty unique to a yacht this size. So it allows us that third person to sleep in the cabin.
They put the countertops in here too. Ah!
And then we also did custom countertops in the shower and the head.
All right, I've done enough drooling over this boat. Will you take me out?
I will. Let's go.
Let's go. Do you feel a difference running a center console versus, say, a full cabin cruiser or a boat that's maybe more like enclosed?
Oh, I think so. I think you just feel more with your environment, right? So you're not just sitting in your living room driving the boat, you know, and you're not just out in the open, you know. So you just you're able to take everything in, I think.
A classic center console has the helm right in the center and all of the console. Then you can walk around both sides of it, a center console. Why did you pick a center console?
I think it kind of goes back to the best yacht that fits our program. And a lot of that has to do with diving, fishing, entertaining, all in one package. And I think that HCB Yachts has done this with this yacht.
We talked about entertaining on yachts, and one of the things that's really important and something that I've been really enjoying on this yacht in particular is how smooth and stable this ride has been. And a big part of that has to do with the fact that she has what is called a seakeeper on board. It's specifically a type of gyroscope that helps stabilize the whole vessel. And on this yacht in particular, they have one of the largest and most powerful versions available out there. So you can have martinis on the aft deck, no problem. They won't spill. We're gonna switch to the other helm station. Let's go check it out.
The traditional tower that 65 Estrella has functions differently than what we wanted to, and it just wasn't what we were looking for.
I'm loving this already. I feel I'm feeling something special here that I don't normally feel because I'm on the shorter side for a captain.
Yes, so am I. So what we've done here is actually created a completely custom upper station. So we wanted the design to flow from the main station to the upper station. And then we wanted to be able to see a little bit more area than you could with the traditional one. And that the seat backs are lower, they're individuals, and we can see the whole transom assembly. So as the fish are coming in, we can see the lines, we're not rubbing on the engines, and it's just, HCB, created the dream that we had.
This is
It's great.
perfect.
So to get the tower the way we wanted it to, of the 65 Estrella, the engineers at HCB spent a lot of time working together in-house and then with us to get the design that we were after, to function the way we wanted it to, and also be structurally sound the way HCB requires things.
This is the coolest piece of tech on here. It syncs with those 6 Merc engines back there and makes it really easy to spin the whole yacht around. This is the stuff of Captain Dreams. We're cruising down the Intercoastal in South Florida, and this is what I would call yachting Mecca. Because if you're a boat captain, this is where you go when you need custom parts, things repaired, all kinds of bits and bobs that are very specific to the yachting industry, and they have it here. Even though the sun didn't come out on this cruise, it was still a gorgeous day. And now we have to head back. What a special, special yacht. I'm obsessed with the countertops. That was the coolest thing that you noticed right off the bat, that detail of the blue veins in the gorgeous stonework. And then they pair that with such fun toys that also match their amazing paint job, which includes that super cheeky blue boot stripe. Completely gorgeous. I'm obsessed. And this whole ride was so smooth and comfortable, and yet I know for a fact that if you open up those 600s, she'll scream down these waterways. Does it get any better than this life?
Welcome to HCB, y'all. Let's go see how these yachts are made.
I started this yacht with a shot, and then it just got more fun from there. Wharf Rat is customized in the most delightful, spectacular, fun way. To learn about all the bells and whistles on Wharf Rat, I have Ryan here.
I'm Ryan Garrison. I'm the design engineering manager. This project was very bold, a lot of fun to execute. So by having a shot, you've gotten to experience that.
Well, okay, so I want to talk about the custom marble countertop with the beautiful veins of blue-green that was repeated all over the yacht. That's where I had my shot. And then I thought, oh my goodness, marble is difficult enough to have in your home. Maintaining it, cutting it, taking care of it is so difficult. And now you've put it in a marine environment.
Which is scary. But the truth is we do that with a lot of product. It's the same with teak, it's the same with our high gloss finishes, but the bigger challenge is how do we even fabricate that product or that material in some of the areas or locations that we do. So for this project specifically, it was a challenge to figure out.
That marble was sourced from very far away and was so unique. I bet that was very scary.
Part of it being scary was that we didn't really know which direction he was going to go, right? Like we knew he wanted to source something unique, and we knew that he was bold in his choices and selections and who he is. But we had no idea what the actual marble would be until it showed up, and one of the scary parts is trying to incorporate that in an exterior environment and execute it in a way that works with some of the amenities that we have. Think about building a house, and one of the only things they have to do is figure out where the sink's going to go. Well, we have a sink right next to a grill, right next to multiple layers of countertop, and getting all of those items to fit together is a puzzle that we work with every day, but to incorporate that in marble is a challenge. So.
Sitting at those marble countertops, I didn't quite get the name Wharf Rat to go with them.
They name all of their yachts after Grateful Dead songs. So it's a cool, it doesn't match, but that's who he is.
That's fun. I did notice that you had these teak.
Oh, that's my favorite part. So we call them a fiddle rail. Traditionally, it's there to keep things on the counter in an open seas environment or when things are rocking. But a lot of our countertops have either curves to them or curves in that space. And traditionally, we create that either out of a teak wood or a Korean countertop, which is kind of like a manufactured marble. But to do it out of natural marble, it became a huge hurdle. And I don't remember the exact day, but it was kind of like, well, what if we just pair this with our traditional teak countertop, and we'll inlay the marble into it? And that's kind of how that was born. And we were happy with how it turned out, and I think he was as well.
We're on an assembly line of yachts, from the ones that are the most raw back there, all the way to the finished product towards the doors. It's so neat to see the process. These are 600 horsepower each. And what's really cool is Mercury has designed them so that only the lower unit moves. So you have your soldiers here and all the action happening under the water. With all this power, HCB has done something very smart and created a really robust transom. That's the very back of the boat. And even the way they've mounted these engines means you get even more power and upward thrust to get you up and on plane, skipping across the water so fast. While we're at the factory, I thought I'd check out some new tech, the Bolt screen. The innovation that got us all so excited is the Bolt control system, and this is it. To give us a deeper dive on this, I've got Cameron with me. Cameron, talk to me about this.
So our goal was to create a system that was unique to our vessels. It's something that somebody gets on the boat, they have the same experience through the whole boat. They touch our screen, they interact with it, they have an experience that makes them comfortable using our boats. We have customers that have full-time captains. We also have customers that want to operate their own boats. And we basically wanted them getting on their yacht to feel like they're getting into a new car.
So you're essentially designing their experience on board with this system.
Absolutely. Our customers have come to us and they say, it's too much work to get on the boat, turn on all these switches and all kinds of things to use the boat. I want a simple experience. So our customers get on the boat, they press one button and their whole boat comes alive, and it can be set up in a way that they're used to working with.
I love it. Let's press some buttons.
All right, so in one place here on the boat, we've got a central screen where we can do everything. One of the favorite things for our customers is lighting. Everybody loves lighting. So With one button, we can change the color of the lighting on the entire boat. We can create moods and scenes to make customers more comfortable and more excited. And of course, it's a show. All of these customers, they want to show off with these boats. What color would you like?
Let's go green.
All right, green it is.
Go back to pink.
Back to pink?
There it is. Oh yeah, this is better.
I see pink is definitely your color that you like.
That's a great party trick, but there's so much more technology that went into this. I love that I can control my fish box, my bilges, my air conditioning, both below and here at the cockpit. Show me a little bit of that action.
Absolutely. So we've got full integration of all the systems on the boat. So we've got everything from your exterior controls, your interior controls, bait well controls, pump controls. We have all the monitoring that exists on the boat in one place. So we can tell where we're pulling fuel from for every engine through multiple tanks. Any interaction that's required can happen here at this one screen.
Okay, so one of the other things I really like about this system is that it knows what you're looking for depending on what you're doing on board. So for example, when you're in cruise mode, you hit the little cruise button, and then it gives you access to the things you're gonna want quick access to while you're cruising. I also love where they put it. The ergonomics of it makes so much sense to me, because if your hand is here on this helm, you can so easily access everything you need to control on board, rather than having to go to your large displays and scroll through the systems on board, get into a menu, find the one button you need, change everything over. It really is a game-changing innovation, and I'm all here for it.
This is a helm in progress. And the reason I'm so impressed with the build quality has a lot to do with the electrical going on. They build those wire runs, and then you can guarantee that it's all set up and ready to go, plug and play, and it will match your wiring diagram. It's amazing quality control. I learned that the helm was a totally custom job by you all in order to make it the right height for their captain.
Which happens more often than not, but yeah, it's important, and it's important to owners to kind of facilitate the captain who's going to take care of the boat, but also kind of drive them around. So we get that a lot, and that's important to us as well, ergonomics. So.
Was there any challenges in creating a different height for the helm station?
Working within our fiberglass a little bit, but we can tailor pretty easily with the height of our pedestals and the height of the helm. But it's more in the conversations that we have with that captain, because they're the ones that have unique requests in that capacity. No compromises.
Those cushy, custom-stitched seats on Wharf Rat happen here. All of the upholstery is done in-house, from templating and cutting it out to stitching to assembly. And that's how they're able to maintain such intense quality control, plus extreme customization. This thing is massive. The color of Wharf Rat is magical to me. That paint job that they did with the blue and the blue and the blue. It was so special. What was involved in that process?
Straight from Wharf Rat. Like he kind of had a vision, and I think a lot of that had to do with where he was going to operate this boat, because he's got a couple different boats that he plays around with, but this one was going to stay more down in the Bahamas, but it's one of my favorite colors. We don't do it that often, but it's It is a beautiful color. It's in your face, and everybody pays attention when you're driving by. So
It does remind me of the best little Caribbean inlets. It's that color.
which that's what the boat kind of represents as a whole, right? You've got your little tiki bar and a couple bar stools, and we're in some blue water, and let's enjoy. So
I'm just mad I didn't have an outfit to go with it. How do you manage to do it all?
it is a huge process, and it's sometimes it's just a little bit like, oh, we're gonna pick a color here or there, or in this case, it's all the way through the boat. Any requests, we're gonna listen, and we're gonna try to execute it and try to make it happen. It's that no compromise mentality.
So much went into designing the Wharf Rat, from imported countertops to the custom height helm station to these beautiful Caribbean colors. This yacht was one for the books. Where are we? Lighthouse Point. Thank you. Is this all right? Can I live here?
I'm talking to you.
Hang out with me.
I keep
Talk to me.
talking to you, yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
What is this?